Is it live now? Are we live? Are you checking, Lauren?
What?
Are you checking if we're live?
Oh, no, I can't.
On the YouTubes. Oh, hello. Hello. We're a hot mess.
It doesn't hold anything.
No, we're good.
Okay. It's not going to be straight. It's not going to stay straight.
There, it's fine. Perfect right there. Oh.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. So we're live. Can you hear it? Can they hear us? Okay. So we're live. Hi, everybody. So
Finally got the hang of
we
it.
finally got the hang of this. So we are here to talk about The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. We are really excited. I guess we'll start off with what were y'all's thoughts on it?
I really liked it. It was really cute, and it was really nice to see the character development in Andy throughout the whole book, based on different people. It wasn't just, the romance and being like, oh, yeah.
I thought it was really cute. You just kind of go with her on the journey. It was really easy to get into and just kind of understand who all the characters were and just kind of go with that. And everyone has their own little personal issues throughout this thing, and it's just...
It was very realistic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I could see myself. I saw myself as Andy personally because I
Yeah.
relate so much to her
we
inner
have
drama
decided-
on dating stuff.
This is Andy. This is Palmer, and I am Tobry. I'm both of them.
Tobry.
So sad.
I really liked it. It was really cute because like Elizabeth said, I could picture myself in that kind of situation because I work with dogs. I dog sit, and I tweeted Morgan Matson the video of one of the dogs that I regularly do, Max, and she was like, "Oh my God, he's just like Birdie," and it was really cute. So I really liked it.
I really liked that even the ending was realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of books, you get the happy little bow at the end. And, it was a good ending. I was disappointed, mostly because I just wanted everybody to be okay.
Yeah.
It was a really realistic ending.
In a way, everyone was okay, but it's not
Yeah,
really
but not
how you wanted
together.
it
It's
to
not
turn
the
out.
happily ever after that
Yeah, it
you would
wasn't-
expect from you would want books to be like, oh, everybody
every tied up
is
in
magical.
a little bow, everybody's happy, everybody's together.
Everyone makes up and they're just...
But
it's
it's really
realistic.
with something as big as that secret, which, by the way, I saw coming from a mile away.
Oh yeah. Like I was reading it, I was just like, oh,
I
no.
pretty much kind of gathered. Yeah, I was texting her, and it was great because I actually finished before her for once in my life.
I just finished
But-
2 hours ago.
I
Are we
I
giving
saw
away
it-
spoilers? I mean, can we...
Well, they'll know.
Yeah.
The book talks are spoilers.
Yeah. Sorry,
I know.
this is
That's what I'm saying.
not
We can say
this
actual
is-
names and stuff.
this is not spoiler free. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah,
We're already into
by the
this,
way.
but it's
Oh,
not
well.
spoiler free.
But I really, really, I saw it. I saw it coming when he messaged Bree. When Wyatt messaged Bree about him being back in town, and Toby's like, "Why didn't he tell me?" I love Toby. I do. And I have some qualities that are like Toby, but at the same time, I was like, "Girl, get it together."
Her intensity for, oh my God, everything has to be romantic-ness and stuff like that. It has to be like,
Rom-coms.
it has to be like the movies. Was just like, oh God, I can't take this anymore.
I'm really sad that she didn't get anyone.
Yeah.
I wish she had found someone. I was kind of hoping the guy that works with her that had a crush on her she'd be finally give him the time of day.
I was really hoping she
But-
would find somebody.
Everyone
But
deserves
I'm also
love.
kind of satisfied that Bree and Wyatt didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that coming too.
It was a summer fling, like they said it was gonna be, but it just sucked that yes, it was a summer thing, but then it totally
and
ended.
it kind of reminds me of you kind of forget what high school is like.
Oh yeah,
And then
it's been oh God, how many years since high school? So
Mine has been 6 this year.
So
7 years since high school. So
and
it's
you
like,
kind of just
9.
you just kind of forget what you feel in high school, how everything is like the end of the world.
Dramatic.
Everything's dramatic. Everything's the end of the world.
But
And I
let's just
kind of
say
gave
it
that.
does get better. Things will get better. It does.
Like
it does.
any, as we have experienced here at GeekyCon,
Ugh.
no matter what you're in love with, people give you crap about it, it's okay, because you'll find someone else just like you.
Love
who
is
loves
love is
it.
love is love.
Love is love.
Love is love.
But
And you-
yeah,
you
I
just
was
come into your own.
I adore Clark.
Clark is like the perfect
Yes.
boyfriend that you just want to love.
He's like he's the nerdy guy I would want to date every day of my life.
And I mean,
And
then
he's
he has
hot.
abs, so.
I love all the talking about the abs. I listen to the audiobook because, as y'all
perfect.
know, I'm an audiobook whore. So listening to the audiobook and the way that she describes, talking about Clark's abs is just hysterical because it's just like she's basically like foaming and drooling at the mouth.
The scene when she first sees
Yeah,
him
that's
walk
the
out of the
best.
water, and she's like, oh my god,
Delicious.
she's in the middle of talking to Toby, and all of a sudden she just stops.
Yeah.
And just, Clark.
Let me just say, I adore the bromance between Clark and Tom.
So cute.
And I do really like
What
that
would
about
what would their ship name be?
Toby christened it Tark.
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 Tark. Oh, that's right.
Tark.
That's right. Tark.
I really like that this book doesn't just focus on Andy.
Yeah.
Like I really like
It-
that it has little stories here and there.
It
about
has the crew,
other
the gang.
characters.
You
It's
get
more
all
of a
background
story.
of everyone.
It's more of a story about the group,
Yeah.
and I really, really, really liked that because, I mean, you like one character, yeah, but life is so much about human interactions and how you interact with other people.
Yeah.
That it's really nice in a book to see other stories going on within that group because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. There's a panel going on.
Heyo.
I don't know if y'all can hear
We're
it.
in an abandoned room right
We're in
now.
an abandoned room.
But that's one of the things I really liked is that it was more about the group than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Because that is life. It's not just you.
And her dad.
Her and her dad are precious. I was really
liked how
nervous.
that went.
Yeah, I liked how it went. I was so scared when he was
reconciled.
like trying to go back to
I know.
like the
It's like, what?
That was my
Washington
strict-
and stuff, and I was like, wait, no,
no.
you do not.
stop.
You stop that.
You
You
stop.
discussed this,
And
sister? You
I
talked
really,
about not
I really
doing this?
did enjoy the compromise between them.
Yeah.
The kind of unspoken compromise where he was like, I can't. He couldn't really go back to how it was now that he really had a relationship with his daughter, and that
Again.
he couldn't really go back to how it was before. But he did have to finish up his stuff in Washington, and both of them were, understandable.
And
It was good. I was satisfied with that.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
loved his love of the scavenger hunt. He
Oh,
just got
yes.
so into it.
We're doing a scavenger hunt.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
by the way,
we're gonna
that
do.
scavenger hunt. I already have ideas if we're gonna get stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do
It's
it.
gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna. I mean, it would be a lot more fun if we could do teams, but with such a small group, we're just gonna do individuals. But we are gonna vlog.
It will
ourselves.
get competitive as crap, but we are
At least
excited
with
for
these
it.
two, I'm just gonna be like la di da
It'll
di
be
da.
cutthroat like.
I like
We will
clowns.
steal all the blue gumballs.
Oh, we tried
yeah.
to get a blue gumball.
We failed.
We
Or I
failed.
should say Shayna failed because she was the one trying to get the gumballs.
Nobody
Fail.
asked your opinion.
One of those scenes that touched base really with me was the part where Birdie eats the chocolates, and because my dog Bully, he's a Dachshund Beagle mix, and there was one night where my fiance left a bowl of grapes out, and
Are those bad for dogs?
grapes, raisins,
I'm
and
a
dark
cat
chocolate are
person.
toxic to dogs.
I'm a cat and snake person.
So we had to take him to the emergency room, and we had to I think make him drink hydrogen peroxide to try to make him throw up
yeah.
at home, and the poor dog, he's got a stomach of rock hardness because he took that hydrogen peroxide and he didn't throw up.
No, but he threw
Like,
up
he's
when
supposed
he ate
to
the
throw up.
bacon grease.
Yeah, but he threw up when he ate bacon grease.
Dog is weird.
That would make anyone throw up,
So that
though.
touched base home with me. I was really nervous and I was scared for Birdie, but I'm glad that everything happened in the long
Yeah,
haul.
it was really cute and really fun to read.
The end scene, before we get into that, I think that will be the last thing that we discuss. But the part where just all like the moment, like Clark in his book. Let's talk about Clark. The parts in the book where it's his book that you're reading and stuff.
There are
couple
little
pages.
excerpts.
I didn't.
Excerpts.
I'm sad to say that I didn't get that until like halfway through the book when she pointed it out to me. I was like,
she didn't
oh.
get it. It was she. You got it immediately.
I got
right?
it immediately. I saw the little
And then
excerpt and it said CM.
I got it by
and I was
like
just like,
the
oh, it's Clark.
second
Okay.
excerpt. There were like 4 or 5. I got it by the second one. I was like,
Because I'm like, why would they have a random old man talking about a book and then have an excerpt from that page?
yeah, I knew it was gonna come into
So
play somehow.
I'm just like,
I
oh,
just
it's Clark.
didn't know how.
I just got the C initial.
But it was like she
I
got it
didn't get it.
immediately. I got it relatively soon, and
Going to the book.
I didn't get
I
it.
love
I
his.
didn't get
His
it.
book though, I love the scene where she scolds him about killing.
Oh, that was the
yeah.
best because that's something I would do.
What's the main character's name?
Andy?
No.
Oh, Tamsin.
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 Yeah, I was
Tamsin.
going to say Tamlin. I'm like, wrong book.
Round book.
Tamsin.
No, Tamsin. And she's like, I'm mad at you. I'm not talking to you.
How dare you?
How could you do
And
that?
No,
I
she was
would
the
love
funniest thing. The
to be able
funniest
to do
thing,
that to an author.
Yeah, right. The funniest thing to me was like, he was like, "Why are you mad at me?" She goes, "You know what you did. You know what you did." It was like,
And then Tom's like, what are you talking about? She's like, killed Tamsin. He's like, oh, yes, I'm
I'm mad at you
I
too.
love, I love Tom's geek outs.
Oh yeah.
It's so
Tom's
cute.
geek outs are
I
really
love
cute.
Tom. Tom is precious too.
But I liked the story of Marguerite and
Yeah.
That was so cute.
I was so sad with the original
Oh,
ending.
the
I was like-
part. Okay,
Yeah.
in the
And
scene,
then they changed it to a second.
in the scene where Andy and Clark
are
Part ways.
parting
ways.
ways.
And
it's
that
just
part
awful.
where
It's
he-
hard.
it was
I was
heart-wrenching.
crying.
It
I was
was-
crying.
No,
don't do it. Don't do it.
Andy, stop shutting down. Stop
But
it.
like
Stop it.
the part where she's like, "Whatever happened to Marguerite and Carl?" and he's like, "Oh, Marguerite killed Carl."
And then she died. Like, that's
And
so accurate, but
the
no.
fact that he said it like that, just like
Ripped out your heart.
knife. Yo!
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
You know, I've only seen that movie once.
That's terrible. We have to change that. So
Anyway, but that was rough for me.
yeah,
That was rough.
that was a rough patch for sure.
And then the part where Toby finds out was just rough too. Because
you know it has to be coming because there's so much of the
Oh,
book
yeah.
left, and you know that explosion's gonna hit
Yeah, you're
real
just-
soon.
the
and
tension.
then it just happens with she looks at Bree's phone and the
phone.
text from Wyatt, and you're just like, oh no,
crap,
it's
nuggets.
going down for real right now, folks.
I thought she was gonna get Andy's phone and see the text messages on there or
Oh.
something. So I thought that was
That
gonna
would've
happen. But then she got Bree's phone. I'm like, oh shit,
Oh,
it's
well,
over.
that
It's
would have been
done.
real interesting if they did it that
Yeah,
way, but still, like,
They should be like, what secret are you
Because
talking about?
it
What?
really really hit home, too close to home for me because I actually had something kind of similar happen to me.
Yeah.
It was bad.
No bags.
but I mean, it
But
gets better.
It does, and you get over it. It's just she didn't know that she could trust them, and since trust is such a big part of friendship, I would say it's probably the biggest part of friendship.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that we're all weird.
Well, I mean that's a big part too.
I mean that's a huge part, but trust is huge, and the
Yeah.
fact that trust was not just like cleanly cut, it was
It was like slowly
shattered.
torn apart,
Ripped.
raggedly, like ripping out. Kind of like I pictured like in Once Upon a Time when they take out the hearts and then they slowly crush them like that. That's what
It
happened.
was
and the
rough.
dust.
Yeah, just,
It was just
That
it
was-
was
that was-
rough.
that was-
and then the person dies.
And then the campaign bus.
I loved the bus driver.
The bus driver was awesome. It was great.
So
But,
funny.
and then I loved, obviously, because I am a hopeless romantic, not as bad as Toby,
Yeah.
but I am a hopeless romantic. And the scene where Andy, I almost called her Marguerite.
well, I mean, I think it's supposed to be like they're like the same person-ish.
Well,
kind
yeah,
of.
I know that, but it just in my brain I was like, oh wait, that's the wrong book. So, but the part where she goes to the bookstore just was like my heart, just was like, yay.
And then they make out in the end. And it's all good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I just love how she talks all the time about making out. she loves making out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's her favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
But I really did love the character development from her being a 3-week relationship.
I need to find my Clark.
I'm cursed.
Come on, Superman, come to me now.
I have my version of Topher.
Tom.
I know, but like,
Oh.
Christopher. My fiance's name is Christopher, so he's Topher. But
Christopher.
Tom.
Topher
But, like,
Tom.
he does
They are
like a,
Palmer and Tom.
Yeah.
yeah, we're Palmer and Tom, so,
Sometimes not as precious.
but not as precious sometimes.
You're still precious, but the
I am
other
precious.
one, the other half of that isn't.
Isn't all the time. He's good though. We like him.
We do.
We're fine.
Even though you refuse to believe us, Christopher, we do like
He
you.
always tells us that
Like,
we
you don't really
him.
like me.
That's a lie.
It's a lie.
Anyway,
Otherwise, we'd
but
not
but
let you guys
yeah.
date. Gosh.
it was.
The-
I loved this book.
the-
I actually didn't think I was gonna like it
Yeah.
because of the dogs. Actually,
She's not a dog person.
I'm not a dog
This-
person.
I was the one that kind of picked this book at the last minute because it was just so close to, the end of July anyways. And I was just like, well, it's too late for y'all to vote. Because that's what we like to do is we like for y'all to pick the books and stuff. And we've already picked our next books for the next couple of months and stuff. So I was like, well, I'll just pick like a really cute contemporary book. And we'll just do that. And I saw The Unexpected Everything. The cover looked cute. It had dogs in it. We like dogs. I was like, she can get over it.
I have two of them.
I don't.
I'm also a dog
dislike
groomer.
dogs. Let's get
Yeah.
that straight. I don't dislike dogs.
You just
I like
prefer
her
cats.
dog. I like one of her dogs.
One of my dogs.
I just would rather snuggle with a cat.
I mean,
Kale.
my cat is like a dog.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't snuggle with my snake.
Your snake snuggles with you though.
That's true. She
She nuzzles.
She's so cute. I love her.
Because you're so warm.
But
That makes
the
sense.
the ending of this book when she's going through the campaign bus, I was really confused with like when they had gotten Bree and Bree and Toby together, and then she was like, they were fighting and everything, and then when she's like, just drop me off at the Starbucks, I was like, well, that's kind of just random. I was like so hoping that she would like just go into Starbucks and then find a guy
Look
and then
across the room.
look across the room.
There he would be.
And then there he would be, and I was
It'll
like,
work out.
that was like, that
But
should
that's
be a
not
side
life.
story right there.
That's
That'd be
not
really
life.
cool.
I was satisfied yet unsatisfied because the
Romantic
the
part of you.
romantic in me wanted her to find somebody, wanted them all to be okay. I'm the non-confrontational one.
I'm not a confrontational
You're
person.
more confrontational than me.
Yeah.
I like that they did emphasize in there, like, you can do what you love for a job. You don't have to just do what makes
that
money.
was a nice point.
I loved how her boss was just like, we used to do this, and then I
I
realized
didn't like it, so I changed.
I want to do this, and I love it, and that's what I'm doing with my life.
and it's mostly about doing what makes you happy.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how much money in the world you have.
Well,
If it helps, it definitely does. Money always
Yeah,
helps.
money
But
helps.
if you're not happy, it doesn't matter how much you're making. You're
You
gonna
have-
be
you have-
miserable.
yeah.
I know that
was
from
one
experience.
of the point. That was I agree. That was one of the points of her doing the dog walking.
Yeah.
Is like she was trying to be the perfect candidate's daughter. Go to the perfect schools, do the perfect things, always be on
Perfect
point,
job.
control
That's tough.
freak.
Oh my gosh.
And it was nice to kind of see her relax and be like, I actually really like this. And then I was really happy that she changed her major at the end.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I thought that was a really cool like little twist from going from I'm going to be a medical person to
I mean, it's
the
still
vet.
in the same basic.
Yeah.
I think vets have to do more because they don't have like different clinics you go to like doctors do. Like vets have everything in one building. You have to know everything.
Yeah, it's.
And
I imagine
so many
it would be
different types of
tough.
patients, not just
But-
people.
Yeah.
I really liked that she changed her major and she kind of realized that she was like, well, I've got this guy that makes me super happy. My dad and I are good. Why am I trying to do
Stuff that makes me the
stuff that
happiest
doesn't
isn't.
make me happy?
Yeah.
It's not what I had planned or what everyone expected of me, but the stuff that makes me the happiest.
Unexpected.
But the stuff that makes me the happiest is what I want to
Yeah,
do.
I really liked the book and I really liked the messages behind it and it was cute and I really enjoyed reading it. I finished it in 3 days.
I loved the part. I think I finished it in 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah.
But I loved the part in the end when they go to Clark's book signing, and he's talking about stuff, and they're like, okay, last question, and she raises her hand. She's like, what's the end of
I love the sorry.
the Marguerite, what's the end of Marguerite's story? And, he stands up or tells her what the end was, and they just, like, run together, and I'm just like,
I loved the audience members in that. It's canon!
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was really cute. What else?
Is there anything else? I'm trying to think of things I didn't cover in my ADD brain.
I can't. I need to talk about something right away, or I
It's
just
been a long
forget.
day. We're at GeekyCon, and that's
not
really
even halfway
yeah.
through.
It's not even halfway the day. We're about halfway through the weekend, though.
Yeah, about.
We leave tomorrow?
Today's gonna be a whirlwind of a day because we have the ball and then we have the Harry Potter party.
Yes, that starts at midnight.
And we're
But
pretty excited
yeah.
about that.
So, is there anything else that we wanted to talk about with this book? I mean, I think we covered most of the random things that pop into my brain.
I'm really
Just watching
excited.
us. Inception.
Inception. I just loved Clark. Like, I absolutely loved.
He's my contemporary book boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, I think like you have contemporary.
Your
you have-
realistic boyfriend.
You have your fantasy
Not
boyfriends.
everyone can be Dorian. Do it. Please do it.
Lauren's down here going, no.
Please do it.
No.
Rowan,
We
yes. Rowan, yes.
I love my
Well, what about
Dorian.
any comments from the 3 people in the audience we have here? Anything you guys want us to talk about?
I didn't read the book, so I don't. Normally, I would have lots of things to say though. But I feel like if I didn't hear the spoilers and I've heard the earlier conversations, I probably would want to read it if that helps.
You should
You
still
should
read
still
it.
read
It's
it.
still
Still
good.
It's really
it's
good.
a really
Really
good
cute.
book. It came out on my birthday, so thanks for that.
I have okay. Question after that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, after having read a book with like more of a real to life type of ending versus the types of books, like I know for me personally, I think I like reading because it's an escape from reality. Like in reality, there is never like you tie up all loose ends and have
Yeah.
a happy ending, but like human nature is I think that we all want that, which is why we like books and movies and TV because oftentimes
It gets us out of our heads.
But do you like? I guess, do you prefer one type of ending to the other, or is it just like they both have pros and cons?
The romantic in me loves
I
the
like
happy
them
endings.
differently, but equally. Like I like same amount of like,
kind
but
of like
yeah.
it's kind of like it's a different part of my
So
brain.
the question was,
sorry.
do we wait.
Do we prefer
like the fantasy,
realistic endings or
the realistic ones,
or the fantasy endings that tie everything in a bow and everybody's happy and stuff? And
magical
like
creatures.
I like the more realistical. I mean, yes, everybody
I
wants
just
a happy
like that you said
ending.
realistical.
I mean, I think everybody wants the realistic ending, but that's never how it's ever going to be.
I mean the fantasy ending.
Yeah, in fantasy world.
I like both because it's in a different part of my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contemporary, because for contemporary books,
Something I
like,
could see happening.
I
and
like
I want
a
that.
more-
In
I
my
like
life.
to put
realistic.
I like to put myself in that space, like place. Like I was like, oh, I am Andy at this point, even though I'm Palmer. I was like, I am Andy. I
I'm
feel
Andy.
everything.
I honestly don't think there was a moment in this book where I thought I am Andy.
I felt like I was Andy with the Toby angst with guys.
That
was me.
felt like Tobry.
I am.
But I
Tobry.
like the realistic endings because I could actually see that maybe
Yeah.
possibly happening in real life, and I would love that. But then I
Yeah.
love the fantasy endings because it's just like that's just something you can dream about.
Yeah,
and
see
just
the fantasy
make up your
ones,
own
the fantasy
idea of what it
ones
would happen.
I go to for an escape. I want everything to be happy and magical and yay unicorns and glitter.
and you can make whatever you want
Yeah,
happen.
and I really like that, anything is possible in those books, and I really like those for escaping. When I read contemporary books, it's more of a,
There's limits.
yeah,
On what
it's,
could
it's
be.
more, I just like the more realistic, kind of grounds me in
It's a
a
bright
way.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's different for whatever style of book I'm reading at the moment. I like them both.
I feel like out of all the books that I've read and stuff, my main thing that I normally read is fantasy. But every now and then, like, I throw a contemporary in there, and I was like, God, I really like contemporary books. Like, I just finished this, and I recently just finished the Everything by Nicola Yoon, and I'm so in love with that book as well.
I read it on the drive down here.
Yeah.
So I finished it in a day.
And I like it's getting a movie, so I'm excited about that.
So cute. It's so precious. It's one of those contemporary ones that you're just like
Yeah. So I mean,
happy.
so I like to throw in a contemporary now and then with the high fantasy stuff, because I feel like with contemporary you get, you know,
a different perspective.
a different perspective.
Kind
But
of-
I feel like fantasy is way more intense all the
Yeah.
time.
It's just
and
kind of with fantasy. I'm going to explain this to you in my brain.
everybody
So
sit back and relax right now.
All right,
Okay.
Go for it,
fantasy is like way up here in the clouds. I like clouds, by the way.
She does. She wants to vote for clouds.
I vote for clouds. Dumbledore for president, guys.
Roar.
What?
Rumble roar.
Rumble roar. So fantasy is kind of like up here in the clouds, and it's all, you know, exciting, and anything goes, and anything's possible, and magic, and perfect, and wonderful. Yay, fantasy! But every once in a while, with the contemporary ones, they just kind of bring me back down to earth and kind of get a sense of, you know, the world around me. Because when you read so much fantasy, you kind of lose touch with what the real world is.
Yeah.
Because I keep expecting, you know, right now I'm reading Throne of Glass series, and I keep expecting magic to pop out. Maybe some assassins, and maybe a Dorian.
See, I was the same way with Magonia. Like, I would walk outside and I would, like, be looking at the sky, looking for
It
ships
was ridiculous.
and stuff.
I was like, what are you doing?
And this year in Texas, we had, like, a really, really crazy weather spring. And I was like, oh my God, the Magonians, they're here. They're coming to take me. Like,
it was ridiculous.
It was
It's
so
crazy.
weird.
That's one of the things I like about contemporary is it kind of just brings you back to earth and kind of gives you another sense of the
Since
world
it's real
around
world,
you.
yeah.
Because it's the same kind of thing. So
While still being happy.
sometimes.
Still
In certain,
happy.
I mean,
Depending on the
it was a happy ending.
Yes.
It wasn't
It
like
still had your up and down moments like any other
yeah,
book.
it was just I really like
Emotional roller coaster.
that part of it. That's why I kind of like contemporary ones every now and again, because I kind of lose touch with things. Yes, you in the front row.
Oh, wow. Thank God you called on me.
I know. I'm nice that way.
Thank you. To like put my last 2 cents in with it.
We
I
love
think
2 cents.
Or 4 cents.
I mean,
Any
a dollar's
sense.
even better, but
Give me money. I'm poor.
you have to pay for this.
$1's a little up
What?
on my pay grade.
Give me
But
a
Rain.
but I think with like the more realistic endings, like reading it is sort of almost like a parallel to real life, because at the end of it you kind of have to like accept, okay, this is where the chips fell, and these are the things I'm happy about, these are the things I'm sad about, but ultimately you have to find a way to be okay with it, to like come
Yeah.
full circle of just like accepting it and finding a path through. Like that's kind of like your mental process when you're reading, but it's also like, at least for me, like how I think about life, like sometimes things are disappointing or they're not what you expect, and sometimes things exceed your expectations, and like there's a lot of gray space in the middle, and like all of it, you just, in order to like cope and continue to live your life, you have to just accept
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I
Focus
think
on, like,
with
the positive parts of it.
yeah, I think with Andy, you know, because her internship, what the question was is like you have to accept what's going on in like life and stuff like that, and that's kind of what contemporary does.
I
roll with the
I
punches.
do
Yeah, it's just-
really like
she-
that about contemporary.
Yeah, she had to, because her
entire plan just
her
fell
entire
through.
summer fell through
And
with
she
her
had a little
internship.
And she had
She
no
can't
time. No, it was too late to try to do anything else. So this just fell into her lap, and she's like,
And I feel like
okay, let's try it
I feel
out.
like
and
that's another point of contemporary,
Yeah.
is to kind of help you think through these real life situations, and you can put yourself in a situation that's similar, and you're like, okay, so this character handled it like this, maybe I should take a step back and try to figure things out
yeah.
in that way. I just think it kind of helps you figure things out in a different creative kind of way.
And I'm also a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. There's a reason for everything, even if you're not sure what that reason is. You might not find out for 20 years down the road. But if you focus on
has
what
a purpose.
was
It has
and
a
what
purpose.
what didn't
things have a
happen,
purpose,
instead of what
and-
did happen, your life is a little more stressful that way, unless
Yeah. So I think that's
kind
one
of-
of the points of reading. We've completely gotten off the topic.
We
of
have.
the book, but that's fine.
That's fine.
But like I think one of the points of reading is to help people. I mean,
Escape from their own
escape
brain
from things,
sometimes.
but sometimes it also is to help you figure life out.
figure your own life out.
I haven't
If you-
figured it out yet.
If you can relate to that character, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just
I
kind of a way
understand
to-
now.
to
Yeah,
kind
you
of
have
map.
you and that character are connected in some way. And I felt like that way with Andy because of the whole dog walking and stuff and the dog sitting and everything like that, because that's what I do, and working at an animal store, that also is just like a big thing. I get to see dogs all the time and cats and lizards and stuff, and it's connecting.
Yeah, it's connecting dots and making connections. I'm just gonna go with that one. I couldn't think of it.
Making that thing in
Making
your brain.
that thing in your brain. So I guess we're going to wrap this up.
Rambling now.
We really are, and we can ramble for years.
Especially if
so
it's about Harry Potter.
we also wanted to let y'all know our next book is going to be Truth Witch by, how do you say that name?
Susan Denard.
Yeah, that's going to be we have 2 books that are coming for
Show the
our,
picture, Mary. If it shows up.
that will be it's just blocking Shayna at this
Thanks.
point.
Thanks.
Doesn't
That
matter.
is our August.
I love you.
What? I just totally missed that.
She just told me I didn't matter. These are my friends.
That's why you're in the center, of course.
Bye, Toby.
So, and there's an eyeball. So, anyways, back on the topic of closing
So
off.
yeah, so Truth Witch is our first book for the August book of the month because y'all voted and it tied.
Thanks for your vote.
So yeah,
thank ya.
thank you for voting. So Truth
Because
Witch.
I'm an awful person to decide anything.
I mean,
we all are.
Yeah, we all are, and it's
Very
harder to do
indecisive.
that, so it's easier for y'all to do it, and we want y'all to
Yeah.
pick a book.
Get involved.
Get involved with us. So yeah, Truth Witch is our first book for August, book of the month. Dates for that live show will be coming up. It'll probably be the second week of August. And then our second book is The Crown's Game by
Evelyn Sky.
Sky.
Evelyn Sky.
Evelyn Sky, The Crown's Game. And that will be towards the end of August. Dates and times for a live show will also be up. So if you're not on our, if you don't follow us on Twitter, Nerdy BookBook, at Nerdy BookBook. And if you're here at GeekyCon, come check us out. We are handing out Nerdy BookBook Club ribbons.
Like at Nerdy BookBook.
Yeah, there we
Remember,
go.
there's 2 books. People forget.
Book. We're Nerdy BookBook Club. Nerdy
Kind of
BookBook
like
Club.
a chicken clucking.
So yeah, we're ending it here. I'm Mary.
I'm Shayna.
I'm Elizabeth.
And we're Nerdy BookBook Club. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Woo!